Morning, good afternoon, everyone. Hello and welcome to Tech Tips at 2, grabbing good content today. So we are going to cover how you can find good content to post on social media. Now you can use these tips that we're going to be talking about today for other things as well, but the focus of this is social media today. Our agenda is going to cover the components of a post, what to post, when to post, hashtags, and of course, my favorite fun tips to try. So let's talk about, this is a play on words, get it? Post it, post it. No, nobody gets it. Okay, it's very fun. We have things that you can post using your social media to post. What are you posting, right? You want to, or why are you posting? You want to encourage engagement. This means likes, follows, comments. You want to obtain new clients. You want to retain your current clients. Hold on a sec, I just want to mute everybody here. And you want to establish yourself as an industry expert by providing good content that you're posting. You're going to be a resource for someone. And let's be honest, who doesn't like free promotion? This is fantastic opportunity for you to promote your business at no cost. I think before we go on to the next topic, one of the biggest fears I think we all have, and this is me included, is what do I post? When do I post it? How do I post it? And then the indecision stops us from making the post. So at the end of today's workshop, you should be at a point where you should feel confident about what you can post and when and how. So what I've done is come up with some post components to help you as sort of like a pro forma. These are totally my terms. This isn't official, like, oh, there's an official, post component. This is how I design my posts. I always go for the grabber. This is the thing that's going to grab the person's attention. So in the post on the right, what you're seeing is, are you open for business? That's a grabber. An engager or a call to action. This is contact Master IT Media for details. So have something or have an engagement, like if you're, post below if you're open and have a special, something like that to create engagement. Emojis. These, images say 1,000 words, right? So if a picture says 1,000 words, we've got a picture, and this one was a video. But notice I'm using these little emojis, a little takeout box and a little telephone here. This is also being used a lot in posts, and they are more engaging than just solid text. There's a couple of really cool ones. There's a pointing finger that points to the right or the left or down. So if you're saying, call me now, I could have used a finger pointing to my phone number. There's check marks. There's a whole bunch of emojis that you can go and implement into your post. Hashtags, and you're seeing I have quite a few of hashtags down here. And I've tagged certain things like restaurant takeout because that was what this promo was targeting. Line breaks, and I put a question mark there. Some people like them, some people don't. Some people like them because it gives you that white space and it opens up the post, which makes it look easier to read. So that's good. Like you notice that, after details, there is a line break there, but I didn't do a total white space. You also have the thing where people may say, oh, it's over, and they're depending on where the post cuts off and the different social medias. You'll see like more after it, and that means that your post is a little bit longer. So line breaks are also good to give you emphasis on a post. Visuals and photos, video, always good. I always say smiley, happy people sell, animals sell, kids sell. So these are things that draw us. The more organic or fun it looks like, the more engagement you're likely to get. Length is another question mark. It depends on what you're saying. If you want to say, if what you can say, if what you're saying can be said in less words, then do that. Think of Reader's Digest, right? They had a very popular business because they had very short stories that were quick reads. Okay, so tagging and checking in. We've briefly mentioned these in our other workshops, and I'm just going to show you here what tagging actually looks like. So I'm writing a post, and in the post, I'm going to mention a person, a place, or a business. And by typing, writing normally, join the, then starting with an @ sign, starting to type a name of a place or a business. And I can do that. I can tag more than one thing in this. And this happens to be Facebook that I'm using, but you can tag more than one thing. You can tag more than one people. The check-in is checking into a location. So the Cultural Arts Coalition in Brewster also has a studio around the corner. So I'm getting more and more hits. And when I tag a location, the benefit of the check-in is that it's also giving a map. Now, if I had a photo attached to this, the map wouldn't show up, but they can click on the location and find it easier. So those are some great things. These businesses or companies or locations will be notified that they've been tagged. That's that little bell like on Facebook that sits up there. Instagram has the same type of thing. They let you know when you've been mentioned. So this is photo tagging. We had talked about when you're a business, you can tag, you can get tagged, tag photos. So depending on the social media outlet, there's different things. In this case, I was on Facebook, I hovered over the photo, I started typing, and Kathleen's name came up. I could click it. Sometimes there's a little icon. Sometimes there's a little icon with a person or looks like a little price tag at the bottom on the left. Sometimes you have to click on the photo and start typing their name. You can see in this image, there's a little square box around her face. The big brother thing about this is sometimes it automatically tags people when they do facial recognition. When you're finishing tagging people, just hit save and they will also be notified that you have tagged them. It will give them the opportunity to untag themselves as well, and they have the option of posting it on their page if they would like to. I'm speaking Facebook right now. So it's very good to tag somebody or people tag places, businesses all the time in their photos.
Are you going to teach us how to untag ourselves if we want to?
I can certainly talk to you offline about that. A definite help, Lisa. Just reach out. I'd be more than happy to show you what to do. Yeah, there are some photos that I would never want published ever. So I was kind of glad that I was not a teenager when the internet became a thing. So anyway, grabbing good content also includes what makes good content. So I figured I'd give a little bit of my insight as to what good content should include or can include. This is your choice to pick what fits you and your business. It needs to be a personal thing. So it should be customer focused. What is your customer? Think of your customer when you're designing these posts. What are they looking for? What is their pain point? How can you help them? It should be informative. It could be entertaining, engaging and interesting, trending or pertinent. Now, these are not all of it inclusive, but it should have 2, 3, 4 of these features in the post. It should have some of these components to make it more engaging and more a better result means better content means better results, right? And that's what we're all looking for. Genuine is a big thing. If you use too many buzzwords, or if you use too much sales pitchy text, it's going to be less likely to be read. Consistent with branding. My posts always are going to have purple or teal in them somewhere. And I focus on that, the colors. I also focus on my branding as far as what I'm trying to convey, promotion, free services, how to gain more clients. What is your branding? What is your branding, and how are you conveying that through your content? So here are content ideas. I'm going to give you my top 20. There's thousands of them, but this is here to help stimulate your thought process. And if you would like a copy of this, email me and I will send you my content idea top 20 tip sheet. So answer a question. And this is one of the things, if you have more than one person working for your business, make sure that they're keeping a list of questions that your company receives, whether it's online, via the phone, email, and just keep a list of them. That's a great way to decide what to post. Break up a blog post or an article. If you already have content, don't recreate the wheel. This whole series that I'm doing right now could be my content for the whole entire year. I'm just going to break it up into 10 to 12 posts a month and use them as my blog posts, as my posts on social media. Customer Employee of the Month. As I mentioned before, I had used this Customer of the Month post, and it gained so much organic response. It was fantastic. So think of that, somebody that you'd like to highlight in your business. And also, if you have an employee that is doing great, do an Employee of the Month. It shows you care about your staff. Celebrate a milestone. This could be an anniversary, number of followers, customer served. Remember McDonald's, 1 billion customers, 1 million, it was on their sign all the time. This is something that if you gain followers, like, you hit 200 likes on Facebook, you can do a post about it. Tips and tricks. Show you're an expert in your field. Last month, I had done social media tips, and some of these things that are in this presentation were on there to help businesses figure out what to post. People were following it to see what was going to be another tip that they could use in their life and their business. Think about your customers. What information can you give them that shows you're an expert in your field and they should hire you to do whatever job they need you to do? So sharing something funny. It doesn't always have to be serious. We can be entertaining. A fun fact, trending topics. And be careful with this one too. You want a trending topic, but you don't want something that's too insanely off-brand. For example, if you were a business and I don't know how many years ago this was, but they had that thing with Pikachu, oh gosh, I can't remember the name of it. Where you could go, it was Pokemon Go. That was the name of it. So you go to a site with your phone and you could, capture these Pokemon, and it was very popular at the time. If your business was one of these sites, you could then use that in one of your social media posts, and that would gain trending information. Interview a customer. This is getting into a little bit of video, because video is, of course, very popular right now. Interviewing a customer, it doesn't have to be long, it could just be something quick, is a great way of, again, engaging your customers and showing the community that you have this amazing person as one of your customers without saying, I have this amazing person as one of my customers. Community events or interest. Is there something going on? If you're attending an event, if you're at a street fair that the Chamber of Commerce is running, or you're at a music festival, these are things where the community can go. Or you could say something like, hey, we just heard that this is going on. And that's something that engages interest. It's not always, doesn't always have to be about your business. It could be going on. We have share a story about you, your business, staff, or products and services. So you can talk about things that are engaging, interesting. It doesn't, again, have to be too sales pitchy, especially if you have an employee of the month, or it's your 25th anniversary. You can share things like that. You can also highlight a certain product or service that might be in need at this certain time of year. For example, if it's Mother's Day and you have items that you're selling for that would be of interest for somebody to give as a gift to a mom, that would be great. You can share someone else's content with your comment. If there's an article that you find interesting that's out there, or somebody else's post, you're sharing it. You share their direct post by clicking the share button under that. Or if you find an article that's an interesting read, of course you don't want to plagiarize somebody's work, but you can share it as long as you share the website address or the Facebook page directly. Holiday and seasonal posts, wishing people, you know, a happy Earth Day, or wishing people something along the lines of, it's the first day of spring, you know, happy spring. You can do things along those lines to share that information. Quotes, inspirational, famous person, or educational. These are great little tidbits that you can, when you're at a loss for something to share, this is a great thing to go to. And then, of course, an interesting statistic. For example, you can have something like, do you know that Google processes 40,000 inquiries a second? Interesting fact. That might appeal to somebody. It's something that might be of interest. You can do something that is very engaging and might appeal to people in that manner. Customer testimonials, this is a big one. I had a customer who left me a testimonial that was amazing on Facebook. To highlight it, what I did was I created a little video of a picture of her. I didn't have a video of her talking, but a picture of her, and then her comment that she left on my social media review site. And then I put down her contact information as well, so people then could see, oh, okay, this is what she did, this is why she did it, this is how her customer felt about her. Now that person shared that post on their site, and I gained more exposure. Share a favorite book or song. Sharing a favorite book or song is great. It's a little bit more personal, but it could be something on a topic that is of interest to you. For example, Stacy does a Fit Stop Delivers. She maybe will share her favorite book on vegetarian recipes with her clients. She could also get an excerpt of that, maybe a recipe out of the book. Always great to, you know, you don't have to recreate the wheel as long as you're giving proper credit for whatever you're sharing, the name of the book, the author, and so on. Shout out another local business or an organization, especially if you're a volunteer at an organization. Take a picture of you at the organization. It helps promote that organization, as well as saying we're not just here as a business, we're here as a member of our community and society, helping other people. Post a poll or fill in the blank. These are things that you can do that will help you. It could be something very silly. It could be something like, you know, do you like green or purple? Or it could be something like, if you're taking an issue that is happening right now, for example, and you can say, are you working at home or are you not working? These are things where you can help people, gauge people what they're doing, how they're doing. And, or it could be something fun like, so how many hours of Netflix did you watch today? Do a throwback Thursday or a motivational Monday. These are hashtags, which we're going to get into next, but there are certain hashtags that are common through or used a lot. So throwback Thursday is one where you kind of go back in time and post a photo or an image or something that was going on. It could be 5 years, it could be 20 years, it could be last year, it doesn't matter. Motivational Monday is something where you can give a motivation for someone in your that's following you. So it could be, again, doesn't always necessarily have to be related to your business. Planning. This is one of the things that I feel goes undone. And if you plan for your social media, I feel that you'll be it's easier to do. Instead of trying to figure out every day what I'm going to post, you can plan out the month or plan out the week in one shot, do it and get it over with. This is a social media calendar. It's just on Excel. It's nothing fancy. But if you want this Excel template, just let me know and I'll send it over to you. You can create a daily, weekly, or monthly series. You can create a calendar, which is what this is. You can do a contest or a giveaway. You can repurpose content, and you can team up with another brand or company. And how-tos are also great. There's a plumber that does a whole series on things that people can do themselves with their plumbing. And he has a very successful business. In addition, he's got a very successful following on YouTube. So these are the reason the social media calendar, in my opinion, is important is you can see what you're posting, what you have posted, so that you can plan what you will post. So when to post was a question I think Lisa had asked in one of our other sessions. And it really is important to realize that the bottom line is it depends on your business and your followers and their activities. So I strongly suggest you analyze your followers' activities. And you can do that with Facebook and Instagram. Very easy. Just look at insights and you'll find it. The best time to post is when they're active. Consider location, where they are, who they are, where they live. Watch your analytics, by the way, because this is something that you need to be aware of. Sometimes the analytics are not in our time zone. So if you have a time zone that's different, it's Eastern, you're in Eastern, it might be in Pacific time. All right, so most popular with businesses are midweek and midday, and the inconsistency is key. Just keep posting. So hashtags, what is a hashtag? And I'm gonna go really fast. It's a word or phrase with a symbol of the hashtag in front of it, used on social media websites and apps so that you can search all messages with the same subject. The history of this was that Twitter had started it in order to index keywords before we had amazing search capabilities that we have right now. So how to use a hashtag. I love this little graphic. Make it memorable, short and simple, relevant. Use it everywhere. Research, consistent, make sense, not just your brand name. So a hashtag must not have spaces, punctuation, and special characters, the underscore being the exception. Not case sensitive. So you can use caps to distinguish words such as local business has capital L, capital B. Discover hashtags used in your industry. And I always say, look at your competition, see what they are using. Max of 30 on Instagram. They suggest 2 or 3 on Facebook And when I say they, I mean industry experts suggest 2 or 3 on Facebook and 1 or 2 on Twitter. You don't really have a lot of room on Twitter. So take a look here. This is the dogs of Instagram. Look how many people are have posted about hashtags dogs of Instagram. This is one of the funniest ones, and they're just dogs. You know, Carolyn can post pictures of her dogs with her products strategically placed in the background. It helps people find you. They can join topics of interest. Like I could follow this dogs of Instagram if it was something that intrigued me. The goal is leading to transactions. It can improve your reputation. You'd certainly be getting dog followers who might be interested in what you do. It can add a little bit of humor, and hopefully it will increase your follows. So here are my fun tips to try. Google Alerts, and these are instructions on what you have to do. If you go to google.com/alerts, you're going to get this nice little area where you can create an alert. And notice as I'm typing, I'm going to start seeing some things that are showing up on the bottom. This is news or information that is out in the world. If you noticed here, the master media down on the bottom has quotes on it. When you put quotes around something, it searches for that exact phrase. So that might be very valuable for you, because if I did master it media without the quotes on it, I'm going to get anything that has master and anything that has media, not master it media. It doesn't have to be all in type, but you can search for things like local business. So think about the things that are going to be helpful for you, because then what happens is you will get an alert every time, and you can qualify when you want to get it. Maybe once a week, maybe once a day. You want to have it automatically. What sections do you want? If you have any questions on this, please let me know, and we can talk more about it. And the other thing is, look, there's plenty of free resources out there. There are free tutorials on social media. I have found the best resource is this gcflearnfree.org. And they talk about blog basics. Lisa, you had mentioned that blogs were something that were of interest to you. I think it was Lisa. Maybe it wasn't. Was it? No, it was Simone. We were talking about blogs. That is a great place to kind of go and see what the industry is talking about with different topics. Now, they don't just do social media. They have a ton of workshops in Excel, Word, all Office applications, Facebook, Instagram. So please feel free to go there. They are also on my free business toolkit that you can find on our website, along with our other topics that we have. And that's basically our presentation for today.